Alright guys, so here we are with the chicken and noodles. I'm going to show you what I got going on here. Crushed red pepper you don't need, but there's the chicken, cream. I have 3 measured liquid cups of chicken stock, butter, and then here's the noodles. I cut them, you saw, and then they've been drying out, and they're in some flour right now. So we're going to start sauteing this. There's your pan. I'm going to go ahead and get some heat on. And like I said, clean as you go. Get this down. We're basically going to take, I got everything measured. We're going to take this, your piece of chicken breast, lay it flat. Everybody's got one piece, okay? If you want to cut, you want it uniform in size, so something you can pick up in the on your spoon, basically. So what I'm going to do is just cut this probably into smaller cubes, and we're going to saute this real quick in the in the butter. All right, so here we go. Turn. If you want to cut strips, you can cut any way you want. All right, it's basically, you want it to be small enough that you can pick up a piece. Sorry, I had a little food dye on my hand. You want to pick up a piece with your fork when you pick up the noodle. Alright? I keep saying alright, alright. Alright, so that's in with my clean hand. I'm going to put my butter in. It's going to start to melt. You got, see it in there. Once that gets melted, we're going to put the chicken in. Okay, this is real simple to make. This is just an old school chicken and noodles, okay? You're gonna put this in and start to just lightly give it some color. I'm gonna wash my hands while that cooks. Hey, Derek. Hey, how are you? I'm doing a video, so bear with me.
I'll get out of here, but I'll come back here. I'll just go back later.
Alright, so you see this cooking? You're going to move it around. You don't want to touch this a whole lot. You basically just want to make sure your pan is hot. If you want to season it, you can, you know, just for fun. I can't eat this anyway because I can't eat flour, but put a little crushed red pepper in, maybe a little salt. And then see how mine's not sticking. The reason for that is because I got the pan hot and melted the fat. If you see these blue things, I got an accidental little bit of blue food dye on my chicken breast, so don't be alarmed. That's cooking. You can hear it cooking in there. Like I said, you always want to season this while it's in the oil or fat, because it's going to make it, let me take this mask off. It's going to make it taste better because it's going to bloom the herbs, all right? All right, so you see the color there. This isn't going to get seared like a lot of people think it's going to get that real dark brown. You're really not going to get that with this because it's, I don't know, I put more butter in it than what's necessary. If we would have dried this out a lot more, and got a higher heat, we probably would have got a sear on it, but I'm not going for that with this. All right, see how it's kind of turned white? It's not completely done, but it's close. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put our chicken stock in, 3 cups. All right. Stir. This is gonna come up to a simmer. And then the chicken stock, mine is already hot. So mine's gonna come up to a simmer a lot faster than what you guys will have, because yours is gonna be straight from the refrigerator, so it's gonna be a lot colder. But you can kind of see that in there. And then I'm gonna set the camera down so you guys can kind of watch this. And then you wanna taste this, all right? So get yourself some plastic spoons to taste. All right, so you want to taste the broth. Once this comes up to a simmer, it's pretty safe. So since the chicken's partially raw, I wouldn't really want you to taste this until it's got some bubbles going. All right, that's just kind of a rule of thumb. We're working, we're working. All right, I'll come back when it's boiling. Well, we'll just stay on here. All right, see how it's working in here? The second this gets a bubble in it, I'm gonna give it a taste. Because you wanna check the seasoning, and basically you wanna adjust that now before you add the pasta in. Because whatever this broth tastes like, the pasta is being cooked completely with this liquid. It's not being cooked in water first, okay? So you see the bubbles coming over here. You know if it's got bubbles in it, it's close to, you know, over 190 degrees. So that means it's safe, because chicken bacteria gets cooked out at 165. All right. Looking good, looking good. All right, I'm getting a slight simmer on this side, so I'm just gonna taste a little bit of this. That's good, it's got a little heat to it. All right, so now we're gonna add our noodles, okay? The key with this is you wanna get these noodles. Make sure that they are loose, okay? This is starting to boil. I'm gonna stir in my noodles, all right? Shake them a little bit in your hand. Go ahead and put them in that liquid. Shake, put them in that liquid. Stir it around. This is gonna get super thick. All right, so that was one, after it was done, that was about 1 measured cup of noodle. And mine kind of looked like Medusa hair, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so we got those in. You wanna get this stirring pretty quick so those don't clump up on you. All right, see them cooking? That's what we're going for. This is gonna take a couple minutes to cook too. So, I got this on high. Basically with the fresh pasta, dry pasta takes about 8 to 9 minutes to cook. Fresh pasta does not take nearly that long. So this will be done a lot sooner. But you see how that's thickening already? It's gonna come up to a boil. See my little noodles? Oh yeah, it's coming up to a roll. This is what we like. It's going good. And from here, it's basically like a texture thing, all right? So I'm gonna get my cream ready because that's how I roll. Don't leave this, because see how mine's coming up to a boil? You wanna keep an eye on this, because if it gets too hot, it's gonna boil over. And then you got a big mess on your hands. So you wanna turn that down a little bit. Just keep stirring this, and you'll see how thick that's getting. Okay, see how thick that is? At this point, I can't eat the noodles, but I'm gonna take one out and just test it. So, take one out, put it on my butter pan. Okay, so these need about another minute to be done. We're gonna turn this down. You see how that looks? It's nice and thick. I'd almost say we could start out with 2 cups of chicken stock. That'd probably be plenty. And then if you wanna make it more soupy. At this point, I'm gonna stir in a couple tablespoons of cream and get a nice creamy chicken and noodles, okay? So I'll probably switch that to about 2 cups, maybe 2.5 cups of chicken broth for you guys tomorrow. I just added cold cream to this. So I'm gonna let this come back up to a simmer. All right, see it simmering already? And this is gonna be kind of thick. This is gonna be very rich with the cream in it. That's why I want you to add that to it. So just get a taste. Oh, man. That is good. So I'm gonna let mine simmer for about 2 minutes, check the noodles again, and it should be done.